Hi guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. As Hearn says, he has a deal in place for IBF, WBA, WBC Franchise, WBO lightweight champion George Kambos Jr. to fight WBC champion Devin Haney next for the undisputed 135-pound championship in April in Australia. The Kambosos Jr vs Haney fight isn't ready to be announced yet, says Hearn. Kambosos Jr vs Haney fight isn't ready to be announced yet, says Hearn. He's got a model in place that he feels will result in a unification match getting made. Hearn says he's always spoken to Haney to make it clear to him that if he believes he can't overprice himself for this fight, if Haney wins, he will be a superstar and will hold all the belts at lightweight. A victory for Haney will put him in a position to cash in with big money fights against Gervonta Tank Davis, Vasily Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia. Hearn has deal for Kambosos, not announced yet. There is a lot of work going on behind the scenes, said Hearn to the DAZN Boxing Show when asked how close he is to announcing the Kambosos vs Haney fight for April. "I've got a call to Devin later actually," Hearn continued. "It's not even an offer, but the kind of deal we put in place for promoter Ludibella to try and make this fight. Haney vs Kambosos. Kambosos wants the fight, Haney wants the fight, and I think it's a natural fight. It's not close to being signed. I think there is a deal and a model that's being discussed that can get this fight made. From our side, we've got a model that we think works. There is a lot of revenue that goes into the sport. George Kambos believes this is a massive fight in Australia, which it is. His deal will be worked out with Kambosos promoter Ludibella, and Devin's deal will be worked out with us and DAZN. So we're all working collectively to make this happen. I think there is a model that works financially for everybody, and that's the most important thing. I will say about Devin Haney. I will be interested to know how much Kambosos Jr are going to get for their fight. For Kambosos, that's got to be a dream come true, as no one expected him to get this far. When Kambosos fought the undisputed lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez last November, he wasn't being given much chance to win, but after pulling off a big upset, Kambosos is on the verge of cashing for millions in a fight with Haney. Haney warned not to price himself out. The kid's smart. He's made a lot of money. Not Anthony Joshua money yet, but he understands the importance of this fight for his career. As I said to him the other day, if you believe you win this fight, don't price yourself out of this fight because this is your moment. If you win this fight for the undisputed lightweight world championship and you've done it on foreign soil, you become a superstar overnight. You hold all the belts in the division, said Hearn about Devin Haney. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 100 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. If Devin Haney believes he can beat Kambosos, he can't afford to overprice himself because the Australian has other directions. He can go for his April stadium fight in Australia. These fighters are waiting in the wings to face Kambosos Jr next. Ryan Garcia, Vasily Lomachenko and Gervonta Tank Davis. Ryan has emerged as a possibility for Kambosos this week, making it known that he wants that fight next. The main question about Ryan is whether his promoters at Golden Boy would have the money to match the offer Hearn's Matchroom Boxing is offering Kambosos. If Golden Boy can't match the money that Hearn is offering for Kambosos to fight Haney, Ryan will be out of luck for this fight. Philippines WBC lightweight title holder Devin Haney caught flack on social media after calling newly minted boxing champion Mark Magsayo a bum. Magsayo was collateral damaging Haney's post on Twitter, specifically intent for Gary Russell Jr., who lost to the Filipino in their world title fight on Sunday. Haney's post did not sit well with many, who described the remark as disrespectful. The undefeated Magsayo stopped Russell's near 7-year reign as WBC featherweight champion via majority decision. Russell fought with a right shoulder injury, which he claimed he sustained 2 weeks before his fight against Magsayo. Haney and Russell were in talks for a fight in 2020, but both camps failed to come to terms on a deal. The two have been going back and forth on social media and interviews for the past several years. Rolando Romero finally set for Gervonta Tank Davis fight as WBA orders due to meet. The two contenders were due to meet in 2021, but 2022 appears to be the year. Gervonta Davis once again has Rolando Romero in line as an opponent after the WBA ordered the pair to fight. The WBA is currently on a drive to reduce the number of champions it has in each of its divisions, but the governing body has not taken aim at Tank's WBA belt that is one rank below that which is held by George Kambos Jr. Instead of ordering Kambosos vs Haney, #1 challenger Romero will be given another chance to face the versatile American as #1 ranked fighter. Kambosos appears set to agree a fight with Devin Haney instead, giving the pair the chance to emerge as the undisputed lightweight champion, which has been a status left in limbo since Vasily Lomachenko was awarded a WBC franchise belt. The WBA Champions Committee ordered lightweight world title fight between champion Gervonta Davis and mandatory challenger Rolando Romero. Committee chairman Carlos Chavez said on Monday. Pioneer Body sent a formal communication to both teams. Both fighters will have 30 days, which expires next February 24, to reach an agreement. Davis had been due to fight Romero at the end of last year, but his opponent was subject of a sexual assault case, which was later dropped. Romero dropped out and was replaced by Isa Cruz. Former title challenger Anthony Iggy missed the lightweight limit by more than 5 pounds after hitting into his knockout loss to Romero this past July 17 in San Antonio. Romero agreed to go through with the fight, scoring 3 knockdowns and a road to the knockout, ending before soaking in a chorus of balls from the crowd on hand, and support of the undisputed junior middleweight championship between Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. Romero repeatedly called for a fight with Davis Booth before that win and during the post-fight interview, which was granted when the fight was formally announced last October, only to have to sit back and watch Cruz take his place while he fought to legally clear his name of what he contended all along were false accusations. Upon the WBA's aggressive campaign to reduce its number of recognized titleists, Davis agreed to relinquish the WBA junior lightweight title. He was permitted to retain his titles at lightweight and junior welterweight through the December 5 Showtime pay-per-view, after which point he agreed to relinquish the 140-pound belt to remain at lightweight. George Kambos is the recognized WBA super titleist, also holding the IBF and WBO belts, and also viewed as the division's lineal champion. The unbeaten Australian earned that status following a 12-round win over the unbeaten champion Teofimo Lopez last November. Kambos remains on the hunt for an opponent for his first title defense, which he hopes to have take place this spring in Australia. Davis' name was casually mentioned among his targeted opponents. Towards the southpaw, knockout artist never showed any real energy towards securing such a fight. The only fight he can consider at the moment is a mandatory title defense versus Romero, as sanctioning body rules forbid boxers from entering agreements for any other fight during the assigned negotiating period once a title fight has been ordered. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.